Welcome everyone in class 10 bio class. Today's topic is respiration. Respiration, you know that today we are going to discuss that respiration. It is a cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. What does it mean? Cellular respiration, it means that each and every cell is involved. Suppose here it is a cell, each and every living cell in every organism. Every cell they are involved in this process, and here from the food and oxygen is optional, energy is produced. So this respiration, cellular respiration, it is not that that breathing. The cellular respiration, it means that formation of energy in our body in form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. We'll discuss afterward. So here cellular respiration, it means the cell is involved. So now next we can see that how the process it is there. So let's start. Now look at carefully. Here is one cell. This is the living cell where the protoplasm is there. So in this cell, cellular respiration will be there. In the previous topic we have discussed about that digestion and the digested food material. I think if you recall that glucose, amino acid, fatty acid, glycerol, from that the glucose gives us energy. So glucose, here the glucose enters inside each and every living cell. Now in the cytoplasm of the cell, when glucose enters inside, whether oxygen they'll get or not, that is not the matter. They'll start the process glycolysis. It means the splitting of glucose from one molecule glucose, which is 6 carbon containing. It converts into 2 molecule of pyruvic acid, which is 3 carbon containing. So this process is known as glycolysis. Always remember, in cellular respiration, the glycolysis is a common process. Okay, whether oxygen is available or not. So pyruvate is formed in cytoplasm. After that, the condition is the oxygen availability. So here is the oxygen. You know that the in this type of cellular respiration, we have divided the aerobic and anaerobic. We'll discuss afterward. It means where the oxygen is used in this cellular respiration or not. The oxygen is available, oxygen this organism can provide or not. When oxygen is available, suppose in first cases the oxygen is available, so that the pyruvate or pyruvic acid enters inside the mitochondria. I think you know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of cell. So mitochondria, here inside the mitochondria there are two big reactions going on after glycolysis, that is the Krebs cycles and electron transfer system. After electron transfer system, here energy is produced, which is 36 molecule of ATP and carbon dioxide. So when oxygen is there, then these are the product. Now another case, when oxygen is not there, so oxygen absent here, in oxygen absent, so that the what pyruvate will do. Here we have to see in the two different. One is in some organism which are anaerobic organism which are not using oxygen for the respiration, so that the pyruvate converts into ethanol, ethyl alcohol, and the 2 molecule of ATP. Look at here, the 36, here it is 2. But this organism is small, so that the energy requirement also less for them. So yeast and the yeast like some organism, they are doing anaerobic respiration, the absence of oxygen, that ethyl alcohol, ethanol and carbon dioxide is produced. Another type is there in human muscle. Suppose in any case we are aerobic, we are having the oxygen in every cell, but in some conditions, if the body lacking of oxygen, so that the human muscle also can go for the anaerobic respiration. Just to think about the matter, you are not a runner, but suppose in any case, for a certain day you are running for the long distance. After running, you will get the pain in your muscle. The muscle will pain. It is because of the anaerobic respiration in your muscle. What happened? That body is not programmed that you will run in that particular day, so that the energy will be not supplied to the muscle, and the oxygen, the adequate amount of oxygen will not be there in this muscle, so that pyruvate now it undergoes in anaerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, I think you can say this is emergency. The lactic acid will produce, carbon dioxide is produced, and here also very less 2 molecule of ATP is produced. So here it is that I told you that the paining is in the muscle. It is due to the accumulation of lactic acid and carbon dioxide. If you massage, then this lactic acid converts into carbon dioxide and water, so that it will be removed in the next day. Here in human muscle, that anaerobic respiration almost same as the yeast what they are doing, but here the difference, here the lactic acid is produced, and it is in case of emergency when the body need more energy and when oxygen is not sufficient. In only this time it takes place. So now it is very clear there are the three different types it comes. Out of that, 2 and 3 is anaerobic form, where the absence of oxygen, and the another one, the aerobic form. So I think you can see the difference, that amount of ATP which is produced in the aerobic, that is 36, and whereas in anaerobic is very less, which is 2 molecule. So in your book also the same thing is explained. Let's see that one also. Look at here. Here the glucose we have started in cytoplasm, that glycolysis, that pyruvate is produced, and here the absence of oxygen, here ethyl alcohol, carbon dioxide, energy, 2 carbon. The lack of oxygen in our muscle cell that I described just now, the lactic acid is formed, and in the mitochondria, that is the huge number of ATP is formed. Okay, water and the energy, it is there. Now let's take a look about ATP, which is discussed very nicely in your book. ATP is the energy currency. Just like that electricity battery that we are using in different devices. Here ATP, here adenosine triphosphate. It means that here the adenosine with the 3 phosphate molecule, it is attached. When the terminal that phosphate will break, it it provides us the huge amount of energy. Here it is 30.5 kilojoule energy is released, and it turns into ADP, adenosine diphosphate. So ATP and ADP conversion is going on in our body. So when we get the food, when cellular respiration takes place, then adenosine diphosphate converts into adenosine triphosphate. When energy we are using, then adenosine triphosphate, it converts into adenosine diphosphate. This type of conversion is always there in our body, even we are sleeping. Terrestrial organism, they can use oxygen very easily, and in air that you know that 21% oxygen is there, but in aquatic organism they are facing problem, because in water it is not even 1% oxygen is available, so that their breathing process, they are giving more energy, more force. And if we calculate that 9 milligram per liter the oxygen is dissolved in water, if it is below 5, then it is very much problematic in the aquatic organism. Next part we will discuss about the human respiratory systems, which will be the next video. Okay, so thank you for the listening.